Hello.
Well, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. I have a really, I don't get migraines. I think I have a migraine or something adjacent to it. It's a weird, like in my eyeball and just kind of like going back kind of headache.
So you drank one glass of water and then was hoping it would go away.
Well, I mean, but also coffee is mostly water.
No, coffee is a diuretic. To hydrate you. Is that the eye you had surgery on?
Yeah, but it's in my head. It's not, I mean, I don't think it's my eye. Maybe it is. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it's because my vision in that eye is so bad now that I'm just having a bad vision day. I don't know.
Well, you could have not gone to sleep. Because I bet it's not enough water.
It's probably water. It's probably water and diet.
Yeah. So, oh, thank you. You know what's in it? So if you look at this product called Can2, you buy it at the CVS, $7. This isn't Can2 this time. This is the Shea one that's also in the natural hair products.
What I like about the Can2 though, when I first started having to buy my own stuff on my own because I didn't have anybody living with me to get the right stuff, I was looking up best shampoo for the value, and Can2 came up all across the board as one of the best shampoo and conditioners, and also like $4 a bottle.
Yeah, Can2. Yeah, it's $6.99 at the CVS. Right now, this is the first one that I ever tried on my hair, and I'm trying it again because otherwise my hair gets used to it. So this one is the Shea Moisture, and it was only $11 at the CVS.
Okay.
And that's all I have in it. And then I let it air dry.
You know what's funny about Can2? I don't know if you remember about a month ago, you, me, and Nick were in my front yard on my driveway, and we brought up the Can2 stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Amazon showed up to drop off a package, and they gave me somebody else's package, and inside was a bottle of Can2 hair gel.
Yeah, and you're like, where did this even come from? And I'm like, they already know you, so they
were already listening to our phones and just sent it.
Did you try the gel? How does it work?
Yeah, no, it works great. I still have it. In fact, I'm going to, because I'm a pomade user. I like using pomade. But as soon as my pomade is done, I'm going to switch over to that and just finish that out.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I have bees on everything. Cool.
She's buzzing around here.
Buzzing around. Hi, good Chris. How are you?
Did you call him Good Chris?
Well, our last double date with my ex-boyfriend was with Chris and his girlfriend, Marcia. And when we broke up, Marcia wrote me and said, what happened? And I told her, and she's like, damn it. Now I need to tell my boyfriend he was right. Because this Chris knew right away that he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
He said he could see it in his eyes. But nobody tells me anything.
You don't listen when we do anyway.
Oh, yeah, and then there's that.
That's okay. I don't either.
I told him, you're not allowed to tell her. She's got to figure it out on her own.
How many times have you told me not to date somebody or not to do something? I'm like, okay, I won't. Or how many times have you told me, I'm going to tell you who I think you'd be into, but I don't think you should like message them. So I'm not even going to tell you their name anyway. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then you tell me their name. And the first thing I'm doing, like, hey, how you doing?
The first thing he does is hit him up. As soon as I'm like, don't date this girl, he's like, oh, red flag. What up?
Right? So it's a little unfair for me to say you don't listen anyway, because neither one of us do.
Truth.
Which again,
it was all my guy friends. The women liked it. Like this Chris, Benny, my buddy from Traeger, and my favorite bartender, which everybody's like, are you going to listen to the bartender's advice? Yeah, they know everybody's personalities better than anybody. And he said,
here's why.
Right away. And I'm like, where were you on that one, fool? You couldn't tell me.
The reason you and your friends did not see who he is because the dude that you were dating, his goal was to manipulate women, not your good friend Chris. He doesn't care about your good friend Chris. He's not trying to manipulate him. He's trying to manipulate you, and he's trying to manipulate the people that you hang out with, because that's how he controls.
Yes.
He doesn't care if Chris likes him or not. He's not trying to manipulate him.
Yeah.
He's trying to make that you and Chris's wife. Because if Chris's wife is in on him, then you're good. Not in on him like, you know, like into him, but like if he gets her stamp or any one of your friends' stamps, then he's good. If he doesn't get Chris's stamp, that's easy because Chris is another dude. I don't need another dude stamp because for all I know, he's trying to get at you too. So why wouldn't he give me a positive stamp?
If he was there with Marsha,
right?
It would kill him, murder his life. But no, he was right. Chris was right. Yeah, he was right.
Yeah.
He said he was a head swiveler. That every
Because
time I was having a conversation with Marsha, he was watching another woman walk by.
I don't think that there were too many men in your life who met him and said, he seems like a good guy, but I will bet that at least 90% of your female friends met him and said, wow, you found the one.
Yeah, you right away didn't like him. My dad right away didn't like him. This Chris wasn't a fan. My bartender.
Because he doesn't care about me, because the goal is to isolate you.
Yeah.
And as soon as you're isolated, me, Chris, your dad, those people don't matter.
There was one like kind of mutual friend that he stayed friends with. And then I kind of said something to his wife. I go, they're still friends on social media. She goes, they don't talk. And I'm like, yeah, they do. They're the same person, but you don't want to say that because you're still married to yours.
So,
But
yeah, you know what? I'll go with Good Chris. Hi, Good Chris. It's good to meet you, Good Chris.
I do love Good Chris. I do love Good Chris.
Wait, which one is Good Chris? The one with the smaller beard or the bigger beard?
The smaller beard, the one in the front of the photo, not the one in the back of the photo.
Okay, Chris, when you grow that beard out, does it kind of come in like light and sort of patchy, and that's why you keep it short? I'm asking genuinely because I want to grow a beard so bad.
Is the guy your brother, the one that you guys called me about a couple weeks ago? Same guy or no? Not the same guy. He said he's right. He said you're right 100%, that he wasn't trying to impress him. He didn't care about him. He didn't care about Marsha either. Marsha was already in a relationship.
Well, I don't think he cares about anybody but himself.
There's that. There's that.
You were not going to win the he cares about you more than himself game. He's level expert on that.
He'll tell me otherwise. I mean, up until a couple of weeks ago through the snap about how much he misses me and then tells me what a piece of crap I am. That was fun.
I'm sure he misses the game. I'm sure he misses playing the video game controller. What'll I get Madden to do today?
And I can't believe that I was like part of that joystick, man. I
can. Because not because of who you are, but go back to when I was very first single, right? Like we're all looking for that one person, right? Everybody is. Anybody who's single is either looking for the one person or is open to it most of the time. So you were open to it. So why, I was open to somebody who left me because I wasn't married enough. You don't see those things,
When you weren't married enough. If you're new here, one of Ian Riley's women he dated left him for
my first girlfriend out the gate.
A throuple, and he was devastated.
I can't compete with that.
Yeah. Because I admitted to you that I caved a couple weeks ago when he finally hit me up and we talked. And he was like, I go, you were already seeing this woman and this woman. Nuh-uh, and like had dates lined out. And he still denied it. And I'm like, what am I doing even? And I blocked him on the snap. I'm like, this was the last time he could contact me. He's gotta go.
Hey, Los Angeles is the very first city in America to average $6 a gallon for gas. That means that at one gas station, there's at least one place that's $7 and there's at least one place that's $5.
Yes. I paid $5.89 a gallon the other day. I paid $85 and I got 3/4 of a tank.
I did $15 at that 76 on whatever, Jamestown. Anyway, got 3/4. I think I got 2 3/4 gallon. I got enough to get here and enough to get home. And then I got my electricity. I was going down. So my car is an electric car, right? So it charges itself when your foot's off the gas and you're just coasting, it's charging the battery. And so I was on these roads this morning where it's like just all downhill, right? I haven't got gas in a couple of weeks. So I had literally 3 gas miles left. And the nearest gas station was like 6 miles away. And I had no electric left. but I was going downhill. So my wheels or the tires were charging my battery. So by the time I got to the bottom of the hill, I had 2 electric miles left, plus my 3 gas miles. So I made it in with like a gas mile left.
So I know from experience that jaunt from like Sonora to Oakdale that you could pretty much coast, because a girlfriend of mine and I were coming from that area and I forgot to stop and get gas. There's nothing in between, right?
Nothing.
And I'm like, I have to make it. And then she went to go tell a joke and she goes, do you want to hear something funny? And I go, not right now. And she goes, okay. And she just sat there. And then as soon as we pulled up to the pump and I put the gas in, I go, okay, now tell me something funny. But until we get there, no talking. Because
if you talk,
well,
the car will run out of gas. Is a thing I used to tell my children 4 years ago that they bought into every time. Oh my God. My ex-wife would get off work at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night at the prison over here in Stockton, right? So I'd go over and pick her up from there. We would be driving back home and the kids would just be off the chain. You know, it's 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, right? Like their school day's over. Dinner's been like, they're ready to rock and roll. So it's like this 45-minute drive back or there rather. And all I can think to myself is, I love you boys so much, but please just bring it down to like, you're at a 10, bring it down to a 4. And they wouldn't. So I came up with hey guys, we're about to run out of gas and the talking puts a lot of pressure on the car. We have to stay quiet or we're going to get stuck. Shh. It's the quietest ride I've ever had.
I didn't realize until my adult life that my parents were lying when they said you have to turn that dome light off or we're going to get a ticket, until I started doing the same thing to my children.
Yeah.
And then my friend in the car goes, is that true? And I'm all, I don't know, but it's life.
Don't Google it.
I don't want them to read back there. Stop.
Hey, we're in a day and age now when your parents told you that, you just had to believe them.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of like, you know, it's like if you tell somebody that the apple's poisonous, but yeah, if you don't believe me, go ahead and take a bite, you know, and then somebody comes in the room and you toss that apple to somebody, that other person has to tell them either A, that apple's poisonous, or just not believe it, but they have no way to verify it, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with your kids. They don't have any, or same thing with us. We didn't have any way to look it up. You know, when your parents were like, I'm going to get a ticket with that dome light, you're just like, yeah, I guess I trust you. I can't Google it.
Yeah. Right. And I'm not going to test it out.
Now my kid has a tablet with SIM service. If I tell him that the car's going to run out of gas, he can Google that.
My son Joey would tell you, no, you're wrong. And here's why.
I know. And you can't argue with it because he's right.
My cousin is allergic to shellfish. She can eat crab legs. Weird, right? But she can't eat shrimp. And the doctor told her one time that you might grow out of it. And she said, there's only one way to test that. And I'm not trying it. Like, right. The apple, like, what am I going to do? Eat the shrimp and just see if I die? I'm cool.
Like every 2 years, there's a ceremony where there's like sauteed shrimp and an EpiPen. And we're like, which one do we do?
Let's find out. Well, I didn't find out until I was 25 that I was allergic to penicillin the hard way.
Oh, you found out on the operating table, huh?
I almost died.
Yeah.
Completely shut my oxygen down.
See, I think that as a child, I was allergic to the Cillins, but I think that that's an allergy that went away as well.
I'm also
I don't think I am anymore.
Sporins, Ansef, Keflex, Oxycontin, which I self-diagnosed because as soon as I take it, I puke all over the place. So that sounds like I'm allergic to it to me. So I just don't, when they offer it to me, no oxy, no codeine. And if I do have to do a Norco, it's got to be cut in half. My body. And the good Lord Jesus did that to me on purpose because Sister loves an oxy. And they're like, no opioids for you, bitch.
Remember when your tooth went bad and we're like, we need to get you some meds. We're like, all right, here's the buffet. Which one?
I need some street meds. I was like staring into it, and I had an epiphany with Nancy Reagan. Remember, I watched the Nancy Reagan biography, and I'm like, I'm gonna be your Nancy Reagan to my husband.
I'm not just your first lady. I'm your nan. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
Oh
Hey,
my God.
Nancy.
I'm laughing so hard. All right, you guys, we're going to go back to the show. We have Disneyland tickets to give away.
Mornings with Nancy and Riley.
Friday, we have Billie Eilish and Dua Lipa. What else are we giving away? That's it.
The 25K cash grab starts next week. And hey, if anybody has any home migraine remedies, please message me. I would love to. I've taken an ibuprofen and they're just not working right now. So Dua Lipa, you're right.
I don't think you have a migraine.
It's something. The ibuprofen is just not working on it. But yeah, you're right. Dua Lipa, free ticket Friday, 25K cash grab in Disneyland. Lots of Disneyland.
I was looking at acupressure yesterday because I've been having a problem with my sciatic. And there's a lot of pressure points in your ear for migraines. So remember, I used to have my date pierced, and that helped. But I took it out because we have headphones on every day. But look up pressure points in your ear. And if there's like a pressure point in here that if you hold it, it's supposed to help get rid of your migraines. I just looked at it.
Have you ever heard of the rubbing your earlobe?
Yeah, Denise, you have Midol, don't you?
I mean, it's just aspirin, isn't it?
Midol helps also get rid of bloating and stuff, but it's.
I take it when I get crampy, but I haven't taken it for a headache.
When he's acting like a little bitch.
when I'm like, I need some chocolate. I just turned into a regular Joe Pesci.
I know. Some dark chocolate. Have you eaten today?
I had two hash brown patties and a sausage link.
I've only had one migraine in my life, and it was the worst experience of my life. So
I know I'm being drama. Yeah, you're right. Because I know I'm being drama when I say migraine. Because I know migraines like put people in bed and shut the lights off. I'm being extra. It's just a really bad headache that's like in my eyeball and just going straight back here, and it's just weird. And you know what?
Do you have a kink? Huh? Do you want me to come massage? Do you have like a kink right here? I wonder if
I'm really okay. It's just this weird pulsating. It's like veins are like pulsating, you know?
And you're sure you didn't sleep on it wrong?
Yeah. Because I had it yesterday a little bit too towards the end of the day. It's a carryover. But I heard somebody say if you rub your earlobes, that makes headaches go away too. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah. I read a whole thing yesterday about the pressure points in your ears. Like usually, and it was all about clearing all of this up.
Have you ever done Reiki?
Yes. I love
They don't even touch you on that, right? Don't they just kind of put their hands over you and go?
Yes. I've done lots of Reiki. I've done all those like healing things. One Reiki practitioner is the first person who didn't know anything about a relationship that I was in told me that person was gay and that we were all correct. Remember?
Yes, I think.
She also is the one that told me part of my problem is that when I'm mad at somebody, I continue to hammer instead of just backing off. And that's why my daughter was scared to tell me things.
Huh.
I'm like, thanks, therapist Reiki lady. She was awesome. I'm so full of like energy and spiritual stuff that usually when I go to a psychic or a Reiki, I'm only supposed to be there an hour and I'm there end of 2 hours, man. Cause I take a lot of work.
Has anybody ever told you what your energy color is?
No.
Somebody told me that mine's yellow.
It takes them a while to get through to me because I have a block up because I'm super intuitive myself and I have a hard time believing some of them until they break it down.
That I find that interesting because, and I mean this in a very good way. I've always known you to very much wear your heart on your sleeve. You know, like I've always known you very much, but maybe that's just with your relationship emotions, maybe in life in general and things that are stressors to you outside of relationships and stuff like that, you kind of keep bottled up.
Well, and there's stuff that sometimes I don't want to hear. And the last time I went to a psychic, she was pretty dead on about a lot of things. And there was one thing that she told me that put me like in a serious like depression, what she said. And I didn't want to hear it. And I heard it and I keep thinking about it. And I don't know why I'm so mad about it, but.
Okay.
All right. All right, you guys, we're going to go. Disneyland is on the way. Billie Eilish, Dua Lipa on Friday.
Just a heads up, we'll be looking for caller number 9 on the FM side of things in about 5 minutes. If you want to win some Disneyland tickets.
On the FM channel.
Did you like that? I went back to the FM side of things. Because we're the plan with the stacks of wax, doing the radio DJ thing. Get down, Fido, get down.
Ring, bam, boom.
Bing,
Bye.
bing.
Dingo and the baby.